MetaQuest VR games have a serious problem, and it needs to be talking about. If you are like me and enjoy the VR game as much as the next person, you'll now notice if your Quest is updated similar to mine, that we have new interfaces. And with that, we have a lot of new content, which can be debatable on whether it is worthy to have on the store, or just generally, why is it there? Now, if you were paying attention to what I was just saying, we'll just replay back what I've just shown you there. The first things that you have coming up on your screen is a lot of AI slop. Why is this on here? Why do we need this? This is mixed in with a lot of great games like Nightclub Simulator and a lot of AAA titles. But for seriously, why is this happening? Well, this guy is partially to blame. Let me explain. With the recent changes in UI in the Horizon worlds of Meta's VR system, that includes revamping the social hub and reintroducing and reintegrating more Horizon worlds content to integrate into the VR world. So if you have the MetaQuest on your app and you have it on your phone, you'll be able to use it and be able to join worlds in VR and out of VR. But in doing so, Altos discontinues virtual environments in favour of Horizon Worlds content and Horizon Worlds environments made by the guys at Meta themselves. And with the quality of MetaQuest VR games going down even further, we are starting to see the effects of that now. When you first open up the Meta app on your phone, you already see that you have to scroll down a lot just to go and get to actual VR content games like Wanderer, Hyperscape Capture, Ghost of Tabor. And that doesn't even get to the point until you get to the store page, is when you start getting cluttered with even more Gorilla Tag clone games, which I find to be a huge problem with the VR game space at the minute. And with the original creators of Gorilla Tag giving away their source code so other games can use their mechanics and shared ideas to create their own unique games, games like UG and Gorilla Tag and I Am Monkey and Animal Company does not help being in the top charts of the most selling of this week. And with it especially being free, it doesn't help anything, and it just gets even worse. Now, is there a way that we could stop this? Well, we might have a solution. But is Meta giving up on VR? It does seem like it, doesn't it? The best thing that you can do is stop avoiding games like this, Scary Baboon, and clones of Gorilla Tag, and start supporting games like this, and this. I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm all for supporting games with less graphical quality or maybe less production value involved, like games like Army Soldier like this, where the simplicity of it is, it's single player and you just fight army battles as plastic toys. Yes, it doesn't look great, but the value of the game still holds still. There are still a lot of games that hold like this, and here's another example. A little shout out to Split Second, a great VR game that is an alternative if you don't have a PC to play Ready or Not, which is a AAA first-person SWAT shooting game. This is the next alternative. It's multiplayer, and it is called Split Second on MetaQuest for only $7.99, but that is the good thing of what games like this can offer. Cheaper alternatives for younger VR users, or VR users that don't have a lot of money that can access like this. But if you are trying to get out to that more real content that creators and people that are creating and looking for, studios like Flat VR do events like this and games like this where you can get that quality. The MetaQuest offers great options and original titles that you can already get. But if you are looking for something seriously more, then do not fret. There are hundreds of VR AAA titles that you can play at the minute. So the conclusion of this video, what can you do to stop this from getting worse? And fight back. Next time you're on the VR page and you're scrolling for that next VR game that you want to play or buy, always think of that developer that could need it. Avoid the games that are causing us so much trouble. And dive into that next game for the spooky season that's ahead and get ready for something that you are actually going to want to enjoy and not just hop on for the sakes of it. And if you still want to play a VR Gorilla Tag clone or the game Gorilla Tag, Animal Company, whatever, you are a part of the problem. And that does conclude this video. Do let me know your thoughts and opinions on what you think about this, and if you think if I'm chatting absolute and utter bollocks, let me know down below. But the question still remains, is VR dying, and is it possible that we could save it before it is too late? Let me know down below.